Fractions, question 8. Right, multiplying fractions, it's very straightforward. All you do is literally multiply the top numbers and multiply the bottom numbers. Job done. If it says simplify your answer, you can do, but you don't have to. It's only one mark at the end of the day, so I won't panic. It's 5 times 3 all over 8 times 4. And literally 5 times 3 is 15. And 8, 16, 24, 32. And that's it. I'll just leave it like that, and you can't simplify that anyway. So 15 over 32, job done. When we are adding or subtracting, the rule is slightly different, because we need to, before we add or subtract, we must make the denominators the same. Okay, we must have a common denominator, otherwise they are different sizes and we can't take one away from the other straight away. So what you need to look for in here is I'll give you two methods. What you're looking is look for the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4, which you should know is 12. But if you can't work that out quickly, I'll suggest you just look at 3 and 4 and times them by each other. By 3 times 4 is 12. Not always the fastest method, but it will work, and then you just have to do a bit of cancelling out later. But in this case, 3 times 4 is 12, is the lowest common multiply. So here we go. If I times this by, and obviously when you times in fractions, you must times top and bottom by the same number in order to create equivalent fractions. If you don't do that, obviously they won't be equivalent and the fraction would change. So when I'm timesing the bottom by 3, I must times the top by 3. Right, let's go. So if I did this one, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. So literally I'm saying that 2/3 is the same as 8/12, which, as you know, it is. And if I times top and bottom by 3, so a quarter, we're saying if we do 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 4 is 12. 3/12 is the same as a quarter. Okay, and you should know that the equivalent fractions. Now, I mean, you could do this in your head and say that's 8/12 take away 3/12. 8/12 take away 3/12 is 5/12. Okay, misconception here, what happens is kids tend to take the top numbers off and they take the bottom number off, but just be careful with that. Once we do this, we just literally leave the denominator be and get the top numbers, 8 take away 3, and do 5 over 12. And if we need to simplify, we can simplify. Okay, so just be careful here. Another method, what I said, I'll show you quickly, then this will always work too, is where we do, I'll say to the lads, my school, cross multiply, smiley face. Cross multiply, smiley face. So literally you do 4 times 2 is 8, 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 3, so that's 4 times 3 is over 12, and keep that sign there, which is take away. So there you go, you've already set up like we were here before. 8 take away 3 is 5, and that's over 12. So that's just a X factor smiley face, if you fancy that. Okay.